Ready, aim, fire. How to fire a cannon. Given all the steps it took to fire a cannon, you can understand why it took so many men to carry out the operation. As each cannoneer did his job, he would step forward and then back again into his original position away from the cannon when he was done. The head of the crew was called the gunner. He kept the operation going by calling out the orders that told each member of the team when to do his part of the task. The gunner was also in charge of positioning the cannon to aim at the target. On the command, "Attention," each member of the crew would stand at attention, several feet away from the cannon, ready to do his job. The first cannoneer would then take a round sponge attached to a long pole, dip it in water, and use it to clean the barrel of the cannon. A second cannoneer would take a cannonball from another member of the team who had already attached the block and cartridge to it. Then, using the other end of the same long pole that had been used to clean the barrel, he would ram the cannonball deep inside the cannon. On the command, "Ready," a fourth cannoneer would step forward and stick a sharp wire into a small hole in the barrel. This would punch a tiny hole in the bag full of gunpowder. This tool was called a priming wire. The next member of the team would step forward and put the friction primer, a hollow copper tube filled with gunpowder, in the hole. On the command, "Fire," a pin was pulled out of the primer. The powder in the tube would burn, making the powder in the cartridge explode. Pulling the pin was like striking a match on a scratchy surface. The reason that each man stepped away from the cannon towards the sides, never behind it, was that during the explosion, a cannon could travel backwards as much as 5 feet. Cannons were identified by the size of the ammunition they used. One type of cannon at Fort Point, the 42-pounders that were located on the ground floor, used cannonballs that had been heated red-hot in furnaces on the parade ground. These so-called Hotshots were designed to knock not only a hole in the side of the wooden ship, but cause a fire once it had lodged itself inside the vessel. Even skipping across the water, as they were designed to do, did not cool the Hotshots down enough to weaken their ability to cause great danger to an enemy ship. The term hotshot is still in use today to describe people who like to pull dangerous, sneaky stunts. If you looked at the video Ready for Action, you heard the phrase dry firing. That is, going through all the steps of firing a cannon without actually shooting the weapon. Well, you can see something like that today. Ask one of the Rangers if any of them are going to be doing a cannon drill demonstration while you're here. These demonstrations are done regularly under one of the arches at the edge of the parade ground. During one of them, you can see how the men would have done each job, the equipment they needed, and what all the equipment looked like. If you would like to know more about the lives of soldiers at Fort Point when they weren't working, watch our video, 3 Hots and a Cot, Food and Living Quarters at Fort Point.